Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
So, what do you think of the turnout?
Probably about 5 have already left, but it's going good.
Good. Good.
I mean, we got to get out here.
Yeah, yeah. I hear the horns are honking.
They have been honking. We've been getting a good response. We just need more people.
Yeah.
But I think they're spread out all over. But we had them in from Tilbury and Windsor.
Okay.
So we're doing what we can.
Well, I'm going to walk around and talk to some people. Show me your sign. There you go. Howdy.
Howdy. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm familiar with your face from your website.
Yeah. Rick Walker. Right.
So have you been to other overpasses? Like
I was down there. There's nobody down there.
Yeah.
At all. So
I
found you.
That's good. We're just trying to go. We need more people.
Yeah, I know. It's Monday though, right?
But for some, it's a holiday Monday, and their kids aren't in school, and the kids should be here. Like I'm not talking little kids, but the ones that should be.
Well, you got me. I'm a big
Are
kid.
you a big kid?
Yeah.
Yes. Join the crowd.
How are you doing?
Fine, thank
Good.
you.
Good.
How are
Good.
you?
I'm okay. So, what do you think of what's going on today? You happy with it?
Well, I think we need more people out here. I wish we were full. This whole thing was full. It'd be nice.
Yeah. And tell me what you're upset about with regard to the tax. How's it going to affect you?
I don't want to see the prices of food and everything go up.
Yeah.
I'm just sick of it.
Yeah, inflation.
Inflation, yeah.
Yeah, it's a problem for everybody, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
How are you guys doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Are you happy with the turnout?
Yeah, it's been a rotating door. There's been a bunch of people come and go.
Yeah. So, what do you think of the carbon tax?
The carbon tax.
What do you think? Do you think it's? Do you mind paying extra for your gas? For your groceries?
No,
furniture?
man. I think it's crazy. It's
Yeah.
inflation's out of control.
Yeah.
You know, you're looking at, in real terms, like 15-20% a year inflation.
Yeah.
So that's a big chunk out of anybody's
It is.
income, especially if you're on a retirement, right?
Yeah.
Fixed income.
Yeah.
That's really rough.
Yeah.
So I think it's crazy. I think he's
Fixed income people, to my knowledge, aren't getting an increase in their fixed income.
yeah.
So
That's right.
it's got to be pinching them worse than anybody.
Oh yeah. It's,
And even the middle class. I mean, if you have a mortgage going, this is going to be tough.
Yeah. So, I mean, I see, different parts across the country today. Larger crowds here, smaller ones over there. It just depends on what the turnout is like. But overall, do you think there's enough determination to send a message to Ottawa?
I think he's already got the message. 80% of Canadians are against the carbon tax. He's got the message, but he can't call an election.
Right.
Definitely.
He's going to lose.
He's going to lose.
He doesn't care about the message. The message doesn't matter to him. The agenda is greater than him. He's just a puppet doing what he's told. Not that he's not for it, but he's being handled and he's doing what he's told because he knows his future and he wants the future to be there for him with that group.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, I don't know what else to say. I just disappointed in the fact that there's not more people today. Disappointed in the people who drive underneath the bridge and have the "what are you doing" look on their face.
Well, I hear a lot of horns honking too.
Yeah,
though.
but we get a few of the other end of the spectrum, and that I don't mind either because then I know where they stand.
Yeah.
It's the ones in the middle who pretend or don't know what's going on.
A lot of people don't understand or don't know.
They don't understand. You're right. That's probably the word for it.
Yep. And so what do you think of Polyev? Like, he actually is this is his slogan, right? Axe the tax.
Of course.
So do you think he's going to get in there and make a real difference? Do you trust him?
Oh yeah. He's getting all the young voters now too. All the young voters used to traditionally vote Liberal, but they're all on his side now. They are pissed right
Can't
off.
buy a house.
Yeah.
You can't
They can't buy a house.
Yeah.
Yep.
My daughter said 2 weeks ago, how am I ever going to buy a house?
Yeah. I don't know. It's because they've more than doubled.
Especially in Ontario where the realty prices are higher than any other province.
Yeah.
So, I mean, buying a house in Ontario for a young person is near impossible.
Yeah. It is insane.
Yes.
I don't know.
And now with the interest rate gone up, and anybody who is afraid of that is still afraid it's going to go to 10%.
Yeah.
So they're not going to take a mortgage even at 5%, which, you know, over the past is not that high. But I mean, that's 5 prime. They're paying 8 or more already.
Yeah.
So you can't sustain over 10% interest on mortgage. Like, you'll never pay it off.
Yes.
At today's housing prices.
Right.
Sure, my parents bought a house for $35,000 at 10%. Well, that was different. Although our parents didn't make that much money.
Yeah.
So it was all relative.
Yeah. Wages are going to have to go way up to compensate, and it's just
They
a
can't.
vicious cycle. Right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, like you said, vicious cycle will be created.
Yep.
Same with the minimum wage. I don't know what the answer is. I just know that people need to make a stand and show their support either way. Take your pick.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've got my views on it. I think they need to grow the economy to grow our way out of it, but that
Well,
means more productivity.
We're one of the
you know,
poorest productivity countries on the planet.
Right. I mean,
now.
so you got to make major
make nothing.
changes.
Well,
Major
thanks,
changes.
Thanks
you know?
to Trudeau, he's got so much red tape and regulations. When anyone wants to invest in this country, they turn around and hijack it.
Yeah.
There's too much red tape. Open up a mine? No way. You can't do it.
Right.
Yeah. Open up business? No. It takes years and years to get over all the regulations.
Very true.
Yeah. And people just invest in the U.S. instead.
Yes.
And that's
right.
what's happening.
Yeah. And that goes for houses too, right? They have so many regulations and permits that they have to get, and then people stand in the way of development, and there's all kinds of problems. So,
Yeah.
you're absolutely
I'm
right.
done.
Hey, I'm gonna go down and talk to these guys.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You go ahead.
Hey, how you doing? Good. Howdy.
How are you?
Good. So, how's the carbon tax going to affect you?
Well, in my opinion, I pay enough taxes already, okay? Instead of the massive corruption that's going on in our government, like the Arrive scam, $80,000 app going to $60 million and they can't find the money, that's just the tip of the iceberg of the corruption. So take all the corruption money, all the money we're sending to Ukraine, and I'm not saying we shouldn't help Ukraine, I'm just saying all the money we send to all the other countries around the world could be used for their climate agenda instead of taxing us again. Look at your paychecks and see how much money goes to you and how much goes to the government.
Yeah.
Okay? Look at the hydro. Your taxes, they put tax on top of a tax, GST on top of the carbon tax. That's wrong. It says we're taxed enough. Take the tax money that you're already getting from us, which is enough, and use it properly instead of mismanagement and corruption. Like mismanagement, putting tampons in men's room. Well, maybe we should put the morning after pill in men's room, right? That's how much sense it to be politically correct. Now that contraceptives are going to be covered, we should put the morning after pill in men's rooms. Exactly. It leaves you speechless.
I know. Things don't
So
make any
today
sense
we're here
anymore.
to axe the tax. Pierre Poilievre called me here. He's my leader. Okay, Pierre Poilievre. Okay, and government has to change, not just from liberal to conservative, but the whole system has to change. We need an independent police force that can investigate the corruption, unredacted. Okay, you can't have what's going on. Okay, maybe a Crime Stoppers for government, so any government employee that outs corruption would get a big reward, just like Crime Stoppers for the government, and that makes sense. And if an MP doesn't answer a question in question period, fine them. You don't answer a question with a question. It's question period. Answer the damn question. Okay. The whole government system has to change. How senators are elected, we should have elected senators, not appointed senators, appointed judges, liberal, like whoever. It doesn't matter if it's liberal or conservative. There's a monster. It has two heads. Right now, the Liberal head is sticking up. Conservative head is down here. It's always been that way. I'm 62 years old. It's always been that way. I have never been politically active until Trudeau called me names. Okay, and that's it. And now, tampons in men's rooms. I've been out here since mid-February by myself, a couple of days a week, a couple hours at a time. I have, health problems, so it's hard for me to do, but I do it. And the first and third Sunday of every month, I have a small group coming up. I cannot believe this bridge isn't full. Million honks. This bridge, every bridge across Canada should be full. I know there's a Trans-Canada Highway shut down in Alberta, other things going on. Tomorrow I plan on going to the MP's office in Windsor. NDP and Liberal. They're the ones that are keeping this tax. We pay enough tax already. Use that money wisely and do your job. And a pay raise. A pay raise, the same day they do this to us, they get a $10,000 bonus pay raise, and this is the third one in 2 years. Polyev disappointed me. He should have called for a freeze on pay raises for MPs, and he still should call. I'm calling him out right now to call for a freeze on pay raise for MPs. They don't deserve it. Half of them deserve to be fired. World Economic Forum is another issue. Like, Christian Freeland should not be in the World Economic Forum board and running Canada. That's a conflict of interest. There's so many issues. Like, the list is this long. The SNC Lavalin, the We Charity scandal. How much is enough? How much is enough? Canada, come on, wake up. That's really all I gotta say.
Yeah. What's your name?
I mean, like Randy Moody.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Police have visited me out here today will be 8 times now. A few times they've got calls, someone suspicious on the bridge. They've come here and I've told them that I'm here peacefully protesting. I'm not impeding traffic. They tell me to have a nice day and I tell them to have a nice day. OPP even offered to buy me coffee. People have tried to buy me food, give me money. I told them pay it forward, give it to one of those tent cities that Trudeau created.
So you haven't had any trouble with police?
No, they've all told me to have a nice day. Like I said, we're not doing anything illegal. We are peacefully protesting, which is our right.
Right.
Okay. What do you call it? Not our Constitution, but our
Bill of Rights, or the Charter of
Rights and Freedoms.
Charter,
says that we are guaranteed good governance, and we do not have good governance. So, for that reason, there should be an election now, not a year from now. And then another issue: the MPs changing the election so 80 MPs can get their pensions. Well, I'll tell you something. If I'm 2 days short for EI, I'm not getting EI. Okay, and that's the system, that's the way it works. If you're not elected on time when the election is supposed to be, then you don't get your pension. And there's 80 of them that he's changing the election so that they can get their pensions. That's wrong. And it just goes on and on.
Yeah.
On.
He constitutionally has to have election sometime in 2025, so...
Well, it says it's supposed to be the 21st or something, and they're delaying it a week so that these 80 MPs can get their pension. They're 3 days short. So, like I said, if I'm 3 days short of my EI, I'm not getting it. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
It's just very frustrating.
Thank you very much for talking to me. I appreciate it.
No problem.
All right. How you doing? Good. So, how's the carbon tax going to affect you?
I'm a bit camera shy, but I'm not one to say much. All I know is we're paying too many taxes as is already. So.
Yeah.
And when they're saying, well, if we don't, how do I want to put this? I mean, we're paying thousands of dollars in income or in carbon tax, but then they're like, well, we're going to give you $100 back. Well, that doesn't make up for it. So.
It doesn't make sense, does it?
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't make sense at all. Getting a lot of Horns honking, support?
There's quite a bit. I haven't been out in a while. Today's my first time being out again, so not in the best shape to be out here.
I see that. What'd you do to yourself?
Hunting deer with a motorcycle. Broke my legs, or broke both bones in this one leg. So.
Well, I'm glad you're on the mend. Thanks, guys. Okay, thank you. Have a good one. See you. You too. See ya.
Yep, you have a good day. Thanks.